Alright, we're going to do a tool review here. I recently had a project. I had to bend some thin sheet metal. It was aluminum. But I needed to make it, it was about 12.5 inches wide. So I had a 20% off coupon. Went down to the Harbor Freight. And in spite of most of the reviews, I went ahead and I picked this thing up. So most of the reviews say that 16 gauge steel, as like it says here, is pretty far cry from what it'll really do. So I got a piece of 18-inch wide 16 gauge steel, and I'm not expecting this to really work, but I figured let's give it a try and see what happens. So I went ahead and I got this. I got the brake bolted down to my workbench here, and this has got to get clamped down, and we got to take into account for the thickness and the minimum radius bend. These handles, they just slide in there. They're not. There's no means to secure them anyway. So that kind of could be good in a way while you're not using it. It's kind of not in your way then. All right, let me get a piece of steel bolted down. Piece of 16 gauge. It's 18 inches long, and that'll be the full capacity of this brake. So the question is, will it bend or will it break? Got this piece of 16 gauge steel set up in the brake here. Now there's a couple of video reviews on YouTube that I saw, and one of the complaints was this here, I don't know what you would call it, a platen or a hold down, it bows. Now one of the videos I saw, the guy doing the review, he only held it down on the two ends. So, yeah, there's nothing holding this down, so naturally it is going to bow on you. So, and let's keep in mind that this is only $40, so it's not a professional sheet metal brake by any means. So all right, I got this clamped down. I set this back a little bit more than the thickness of the material to give it some clearance. And okay, let's give this a try. This is completely unscripted, unrehearsed, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be here. So it's got a little oomph to it. Got to put some weight into it, that's for sure. Okay, so there is some bend in it already. Boy, we got a long way to go yet. I'm going little by little. Let me move the camera on the other side. I'm starting to get a little bit more of a bend on this side than on this, just because I think the tripod is in the way. Alright, let's try to get it back here. Okay, so if you guys can see this, One of the weak points is right here is the handles. So obviously that ain't gonna last. Right, I wish I had my bigger adjustable wrench from work here, but alright, not to be discouraged, we're gonna forge on. Okay, so we are getting somewhere here. Okay, let me take a better bite with this adjustable on this side. Yeah. Alright, this is a lot to ask of this press brake. So see if we can get a 90-degree bend on this. Alright, I'm going to change the angle of the camera a bit so you guys can see. Okay, so as you can see from this angle here, this is pretty close. We can go a little bit more on that. Okay. Okay, so you can see here in the middle, it's not quite as tight. It's got a bit of a bow in it, and I'm attributing that to the flex in this piece here itself. So I'm going to take this out, and I'll keep the camera rolling. That piece stayed pretty straight. I had enough clamps on that, and you guys can see the radius here is pretty tight, as here. As you get to the middle, it starts to get a little sloppy. It starts to open up here. So, you know, it's. I'm surprised I was able to bend this, honestly. I figured something would have broke. I think one of the reviews at the Harbor Freight website mentioned that the welds over here broke. These held up pretty good. I don't see anything with that. Like I say, the middle of this, I think it's all to do with the flexing of this piece here. So possibly this could be reinforced a bit. I really don't think it's worth it. I think just use it for lightweight stuff, or maybe narrower pieces. I say this is the full capacity of this brake. So yeah, it'll bend it. Not great. The handles, as you can see, they didn't fare very well. But you know, if you got some lightweight gauge metal, probably like 22 gauge, 26 gauge, something like that, that would probably work okay. Aluminum, that would be fine. So, you know, gotta keep your expectations somewhat realistic. Okay, the bottom line is it did bend at a piece of 18-inch wide 16 gauge steel, like it said it would. Not the greatest bend. I don't know if you guys can really see. Not pretty decent, tight bend over there. In the middle it starts to open up. Not as tight, but it is bent. Got to remember that you know, it is what it is. It's a Chinese $40-something brake. The weak points are obviously the handles here. Got to have a lot of clamps. Stock up on a lot of C-clamps and clamp this in quite a few places. And the weakness then is in this piece here. As you see what I did in the video, I just put adjustable wrench on the side here. You know, for 22, 26 gauge sheet metal, some aluminum sheet, probably be fine. You know, keep in mind it is what it is. It's $40-something brake. You can't expect it to bend a whole lot. So, all right. I hope this was helpful to some people. If you have any comments, suggestions, you know, leave them below. And hope you guys enjoyed it. See you soon.